Good morning, I'm Gary DeWaal, and this is Bridging the Week for January 9th through 13th, and today is January 17th, 2017. The Commodity Futures Trading Commission proposed new records retention rules that attempt to be technology neutral and eliminate many current requirements that are mostly vestiges of a more paper-oriented as opposed to electronic records age. In addition, the new term of the House of Representatives passed a bill that, if enacted into law, would repeal the Commodity Futures Trading Commission's Dodd-Frank granted authority to set certain position limits and prohibit the CFTC from requesting algorithmic source code other than through subpoena. I begin a busy period of travel this week, so I can be timely for all my flights and get all the things done that I need to by the end of this week. Let's get started. The Commodity Futures Trading Commission proposed revised records retention rules that aim to eliminate many existing antiquated requirements and to be technology neutral in order to accommodate future advances in record-keeping technology. These rules amount to a sweeping overhaul of existing requirements while endeavoring to ensure that persons required to keep CFTC-mandated records do so in secure and comprehensive fashion. Training and testing of compliance with new requirements are an important component of the new proposed rules. Last week, the House of Representatives passed a bill to reauthorize the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, which also contained provisions repealing existing Dodd-Frank granted CFTC authority to set speculative position limits and requiring the Commission to make a finding prior to imposing and implementing new limits as it determines necessary. It also expands the definition of bona fide hedging to include transactions appropriate to the management of current or anticipated risks and frees the current swap dealer de minimis threshold at $8 billion absent affirmative action of the CFTC undertaken by rule or regulation. The bill also precludes the Commission from requiring persons to provide it with algorithmic trading source code or similar intellectual property except through subpoena, and instructed the CFTC not to enforce its recently implemented ownership and control reporting requirements until it enacts a new rule that raises the reporting level threshold to at least 300 contracts and provides that a reporting entity is not required to provide natural person-controlled data. The Securities and Exchange Commission's Office of Compliance Inspections and Examinations issued its 2017 priorities that includes its plan to quote-unquote enhance its oversight of the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority by, among other things, assessing the quality of the self-regulated's examination of individual broker-dealers. OC said that its 27 priorities will broadly concentrate on reviews of matters important to retail clients, risk-specific to elderly and retiring investors, and market-wide risks. The Bank of New York Mellon Corporation agreed to pay a fine of $6.6 million to resolve charges brought by the Securities and Exchange Commission that it overstated its regulatory capital in each of its quarterly and annual reports filed with the SEC from the third quarter of 2010 through the second quarter of 2014. The SEC alleged that this overstatement occurred because of Bodie's failure to properly reflect approximately $14 billion of collateralized loan obligations as assets on its balance sheet during the relevant time. And finally, JP Morgan Securities settled an enforcement action brought by the Commodity Futures Trading Commission claiming that the firm failed to diligently supervise its staff when the firm did not remit exchange fee rebates totaling $7.8 million to relevant customers from 2010 to 2014. The CFTC claimed this was because the firm, during the relevant time, did not have automated systems to reconcile exchange and clearing fees and utilized solely one employee to perform its fee reconciliation process. This is the third case of this type brought by the CFTC within the last few years. Unfortunately, as acknowledged by the CFTC in its settlement order involving JPMS, the process of determining and assessing correct exchange fees to clients is archaic, and the system needs to be badly improved, beginning from the exchanges themselves. Well, that's it for this week's edition of Bridging the Week. As always, there is more information in each article, and more articles on the article version of Bridging the Week on the website. Check it out. I'm Gary DeWaal, and until the next edition of Bridging the Week in 2 weeks, ciao.